Well, good morning, good morning. We're getting started with Coffee with Casper. I see we're up at Facebook, so that probably means we're up at YouTube. YouTube says we're up. So we are up. It's going to be Coffee with Casper in just a second here. Casper's standing by on the sidelines. Casper, what are you doing? Always after critters. All righty, let me know where you are. Good morning from Palm Desert. Good job on the poster yesterday, thank you. Yay, yay, yay. Let me know where you are, where you're checking in from. It's about Coffee with Casper time. We're going to gong ourselves in about 30 seconds. We're glad you're here. Good morning from beautiful North Carolina. Nice to see you, Missy Grant. All right. Here comes the gang. Here we go. One more minute to go. Got your favorite beverage to sit and enjoy. All righty. Well, hi from San Diego. Reverend Joy Almus is with us. Good to see you this morning. All right, good to be seen. Loretta Knowles from Boise. Good to see you, Loretta. Nice to see you this morning. Deep and powerful practitioner, Loretta. All right. Okay, well, we're glad you're here. Uh-oh. What's going on? You're here and now you're not here. Okay, come on back. There we go. We're there. All right. Good morning, good morning. From Santa Rosa, good to see you, Pam, this morning. Well, we're glad everybody's here. I think that's it. We're going to gong ourselves in. And let me know where you're checking in from. And here we go. Casper, come on, say hi. Come on up. Attaboy. There you go. So we got more coffee. We got to get your face in there. There you go. There's that face. Okay, go play. Bye. Love you. Okay. Here we go. Let's take a big deep breath in. We're going to take that deep breath in. We're going to let out the sound ah and relax the body. Here we go. Good morning, Arizona. Good morning, Reginald. Good to see you this morning. One more time, remembering the sum total of our consciousness is sending out a vibration through the law of the circle. That vibration is returning to us as our multidimensional experience. So what we think about makes a difference, right? Here we go. Take a big deep breath in. Relaxing the shoulders and bring the energy up into your heart center. And we're just going to be present, relaxing for a few minutes. Hey, Paul Fagan, welcome. Good to see you, the talented Paul Fagan. Good morning from Hollywood. Aloha from Honolulu. We're glad everybody's here. So if you saw the poster that went out yesterday, we talked about reshaping the arc, right? I mean, the good news is there are light workers on the planet. The light workers are aware of unity consciousness, that there's only one life. That life is in, as, and through all creation. It finds itself centered in each one of us. And as we've been talking about that wonderful quote that God loves each of us as though there were only one of us. There's that much love in the universe. That's the impulsion of the universe. And the process of its recreating itself, coming to know itself in expression as that perfection, is the job of those of us. Good morning, Reverend Angelica Jane from Eureka. Good to see you. Aloha. That expression is up to us then to be the place where if there's going to be peace on earth, it has to come through those who are on earth. If there's going to be love on earth as it already is in heaven, it has to come through those who are on earth, in earth, doing earth. Help can come from above, certainly sources offering us the opportunity to wake up to this divine love, to become totally aware of unity consciousness. And the word begets can throw us off because it sounds so biblical, but basically love begets love, meaning the equivalent to love is love, the equivalent to joy is joy, the equivalent to friendship is friendship. That's why Emerson said, if you want a friend, be a friend, right? So, and the same is true on the other spectrum. If we do into negative things, the equivalent to hate is hate. When you give the law hate, it tends to multiply things, expand it, and hate expands. When you give the law separation or belief in duality or separation, then that belief expands. When we begin to know that the life force in me is the life force in you, that the blood in you and the blood in me is exactly the same color, always, in every race, color, creed, way of being, the heart that beats, what beats the heart is the life force itself, and nobody knows how to create that, right? It is given unto us, and then we have the opportunity to discover it because we are a slice of the whole. We are not limited, but we are limited by our beliefs and thoughts, right? So to open our mind and heart to a greater context of peace, to a greater understanding of peace, is what's necessary in our time. What's necessary for you and me as light workers every day. Good morning from South Carolina. What's necessary for you and me every day is to contact that peace. Is why Ernest Holmes, the great philosopher from the last century, said daily we meditate, and daily we meditate to inbreathe this life force. We touch joy and peace and harmony. We go deeper within our own being. Just like if you were swimming in the ocean and the waves were too rough, you go down underneath them and it calms down. Out on the surface, the waves are very rough. Down below, not so. Just currents and movements and flow. So we talked a few weeks ago about that wonderful song that Jimmy Buffett released posthumously, that he wrote several months before he passed away. And he's talking about the metaphor of swimming or of diving. And if a diver loses bearings and you're breathing in a scuba tank, the bubbles will show you which way is up, right? And the up will only the bubbles will only go to the surface. And so here's what we want to talk about: reshaping the arc. You'll forgive my primitive artwork and fancy computerized sketchboard. But I'm going to show you via this fancy computerized sketchboard here what I'm talking about. So if there's a line, and we said that this line here in the middle of the page, this line is the surface. And if you're below the surface, right, you need to find which direction is up, right, which way to go. The bubbles will take you to the surface. Now, the line in the song is, Jimmy Buffett's song called Bubbles Up, is when you get to the surface, it'll show you the meaning, the plot, and the purpose. Now, if you're, and we use those four categories just as a way to check in on ourselves, right? If something is wrong in health or in your flow of abundance, the opulent universe that's all around us, and actually allowing it to come to you and through you in the form of the energy of money, all of this can make us feel overwhelmed and under the water, right? If something goes wrong in the body, and we are forgetting from where we emerge, that we emerge from the light, in the light, as the light. We are one with the light. Hi, Teray, nice to see you this morning. From Florida, I'm guessing. South Carolina, North Carolina, Hawaii, Florida, Northern California, Studio City, Palm Desert, oh my God, Hollywood. We're all gathered together here. All right, so this, again, if there's something wrong in health and you're down below the surface, you get overwhelmed. Something wrong in the flow of your money or the flow of your abundance, you get below the surface and we get overwhelmed and frightened and scared. It is the nature of spirit, Dr. Holmes said, it is the nature of spirit to express through us, not in limitation, fear, or want, but in freedom. It is the nature of spirit to express through us, not in limitation, fear, or want, but in freedom. So when we realize, oh God, I just got to get to the surface. I just got to get to the surface. Well, when you get to the surface, the bubbles pop. The bubbles aren't showing you the way anymore. you're in the depth, the bubbles will point you in the direction, then you have to make the choice to get to the surface. But if you get to the surface and you're too far from shore, you got to swim. Right? If you get to the surface and you say, oh, now I'm above the water, I can breathe, but that's not expressing in freedom, because we could still be above right at the waterline going, oh my God, I'm afraid I'm going to sink again, right? So the arc of possibilities is not just to get to the surface, right? The arc of possibilities, excuse my fancy artwork here, is to begin to build an arc the way that we want it, and then to allow that arc to get bigger as things get better. That's why we love that affirmation, good and more good is mine. There is no limit to the good that is mine. Everywhere I look, I see this good. I feel it. It crowds itself against me. It flows through me. It multiplies itself around me. Remember, you came here to be a beneficial presence. And being a beneficial presence requires that we do not participate in behaviors or thoughts or activities that are less than beneficial. From Canada, Saskatchewan, Canada. Good to see you this morning, Lorraine. So here we are now. We see the rise up in the Middle East. We see the confusion on Capitol Hill. We see the splits inside of parties, and then parties against other parties. We see making choices in a war, who's right or who's wrong. War doesn't help anybody. Nobody wins in war, right? We need to be the place. The light workers need to, wherever they can, work together like we do here on Coffee with Casper. We're working together to touch the wellspring of peace, to touch the wellspring of joy, to touch the wellspring of appreciation, to touch the wellspring of beauty, to touch the wellspring of music, and to allow those things to dance in us and as us and through us, right? This is how we want to go. This is how we want to roll. We want to be the place in the universe where the qualities of the divine that we adore, that we appreciate, are magnifying themselves in each of us. And that requires that we separate ourselves, because here again with the fancy artwork, you have spirit, you have soul, you have body, and then you have the body of experience. So you'll forgive my little target, right? But at the center is spirit. All things emanate from spirit, which is the I am, that is the I am in everybody, that life force that is the I am. Then it moves into the individualization of itself as you. That's what we call soul. So we have spirit, soul, and then the next level out is body. And that's, of course, the physical body. And then the last level out is the body of experience, which is the farthest level out. So in order for us to draw on the wellspring, we as metaphysicians, we are working from the inside out, not from the outside in. That's why I love that old story about Raymond Charles Barker, who used to enjoy watching television, reading the newspaper on Sundays, and then when he was finished, he would just put it down and remind himself, thank God none of it's true. Meaning simply separating himself from the outside world. And that's what you and I need to do all the time. We need to separate ourselves from the body of affairs, go back to the center from where that life comes. And there we have our step 1 and step 2. Universe or energy or intelligence or God or E and M, energy and matter equal enchantment. The one is the only thing real. From the one I exist, and I am one with the one. And that's therefore touching in to the beingness of your true nature. And sometimes that's difficult, because even when we go to relax the body, so we go to release the body of the world of affairs, then we go into our body and we go, oh, this hurts, that's doing that, why is that? And we have to just relax and let go, trust in that perfect pattern, allow that healing light of the One, could be called the light of the Christ, the light of the Buddha, the light of the Atman, the light of enlightenment. We allow that light to lighten us up, to free the body, as we get deeper and deeper into trusting our true nature and identifying with the qualities of the One that we want. Love and harmony and joy and wisdom and peace and poise and balance and beauty, right? We choose and we affirm, I am that. I am drawing that into my life in this day in a greater way than ever before. Today is the day that the law of life has made possible. It has brought forth the rotations of the planet, which cause day and night. It has brought forth all the possibilities to use the infinite law of potential in the way that we will. If we stay in these outer circles, way out here in the affairs of the world, we're blocking it. We're not allowing it to radiate through us, to come in us and through us as the light of the One, expressing in the world through your unique individuality. And each one of us has a unique individuality, a way that we are touching into the divine, touching into source, and expressing it in our lives, right? So what we're talking about now is the world is, in all of these affairs of the world, we need to go back and stop coming from below the line, get ourselves up, and start reshaping the arc of our own lives. It doesn't matter how old you are. It matters that you understand it, that this is yours to do, and then it matters that you take baby steps in that direction. If your practice needs deepening, and you're meditating 3 minutes a day, well, then try 4. If your practice needs deepening and you forgetting to contact the divine consciously and honoring the day through celebrating and gratitude, well then, pause. Look around you. What do you smell right now? What do you see right now? What do you feel right now? Is there anything good happening there? And then we say, oh yes, I actually do feel pretty good today. I actually do appreciate the beauty that's all around me today. I actually can see Casper's tail wagging off to my side. I know that I'm in touch with other beings vibrating with me and in the same desire to be a beneficial presence in the world, in the same willingness to honor your uniqueness, the unique expression of the divine as you, seeking to reveal the perfection of the divine in you and as you and through you. But you have to ask, and you have to seek, and you have to knock. This is what the master teacher was talking about. It's not Jews have to ask and seek and knock, or Christians have to ask, seek, or knock, or Buddhists have to ask, seek, or knock. There's no religion that doesn't work. It works in all traditions. You ask for what it is that you clarify your desires, you ask for it, and you take baby steps. You move physically in the direction of your own dreams, just in any simple way. Well, my kitchen needs cleaning. My laundry needs doing because I want my life to feel orderly. I want to feel, I happen to be and choose to be a clean-shaven man, which means you have to shave. Right? Move in the direction of what you choose to do. I had a mustache once, and it was red and it was charming. I thought it was fun. It worked in show business for that time in my career, but my wife didn't like it. And so I said, well, if you don't like it on New Year's Day, you could just cut it off. So on New Year's Eve, I'm looking in the mirror, she comes up, she just cuts a chip out of it. That was the end of that. But and then, since then, I've just chosen to be clean shaven. But we all are making the choices of how we would like to live our lives, right? And sometimes there are big things in front of us. Well, I've got a big stack of mail I haven't addressed, or I haven't done my bookkeeping, or whatever the challenge is that might be happening. Well, then open one of the letters, open a bill, start to make a column. Just move in the direction of your own intention. every day. And every time you move in the direction of your own intention, you are reshaping the arc. Each of us needs to reshape the arc because we are needed now more than ever. That Neil Diamond song, turn up your heart light, based on E.T., right? We need all of us to turn up our heart light. And I was on the Zoom call with a bunch of senior ministers who've been doing this work for a long time yesterday, and one of them talked about the fragility of graciousness, right? Oh, and I'm noticing that in the world, that I go out in the world in my day-to-day activities, and I seek to be kind. I seek to extend that kindness by looking at people, by listening to them, by sending love to them, just because I am what you are and you are what I am, and so you're deserving of my love even if I don't know you. And every time I practice that, I'm bringing it out in the world. Now, I have noticed since the COVID and since all of this tumult in the world, I have noticed that others here in my neck of the woods, others are doing that. They're trying to be very, very kind. They're trying to extend themselves. They're trying to say thank you. They're trying to move the needle forward to a more gracious humanity. And that's the fragility that's there, because underneath is all of this tumult, right? In the outer sphere of the human activity. But the light workers are here, and light overcomes the darkness. And the more you turn up your heart light, the more you work on practicing the presence, the more you work on choosing the qualities of life that you would like to express, the more light you're bringing into the world. Hey, Mark, nice to see you from up there in California, mid-state. Nice to see everybody this morning. Good to see Lorraine from, we already know you're there from Canada. Nice to see you all. So this is ours to do. We know the world is fragile at the moment. We know graciousness is fragile. And so we just practice more of it. The more we practice it, the more we strengthen it. How can I bring more of my own unique concepts, my own unique take on the world and what's happening, my own unique take on nature and the beauty of divine love, my own unique take on the divine masculine principle and divine feminine principle, and that which is the giver of all life is masculine feminine. The more I lean in to the divine, the more I ask and seek and knock for the revelation of the glory of my own soul, because it goes spirit, soul, body. So my own soul is the closest thing to God and or source or divinity or in perfect intelligence or the light of the love of the universe. Call it what you will. It doesn't care what you call it. As I've said for years and years, it doesn't care what you call it. It only cares that you call. So let us reshape our divinity this week. Let us reshape the arc of our own possibilities. Let us be the ones who are turning up the light and bringing generosity and kindness and peace and love and joy into the world through each of us in a new and more powerful way this week. I'm Harry Morgan Moses. You've been watching Coffee with Casper. If you found anything valuable in our time together, we ask that you share it. Share it on LinkedIn, share it on YouTube, like, follow, invite. Let's include more and more people in the awareness that we are the ones who are bringing transformation of the new age into the world, the new age, the new earth, the new possibility for humanity. And we are the right people at the right time. I'm Harry Morgan Moses. I will not be back next week. We're out of town next week. I'll be back in 2 weeks with Coffee with Casper. Meanwhile, there are episodes after episodes on the internet. Find them. Google Harry Morgan Moses, Google Coffee with Casper. We're easy to find if you look around. Until we meet again, you are something magnificent. And until we meet again, I invite you to go in the light, as the light and with the light. May the long-time sun shine upon you. all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide you on your way. Bye for now. Come on up, Casper. Come on, last time up. There you go, there you go. There's the big boy. Good to be with you. Make it a great week. Make it a great couple weeks. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye for now.